What is up, guys? Eric here, Team Eccentric, and I'm bringing you guys something a little different. It's not Mermail this time around. It is another deck that I've been kind of toying around with, and it didn't necessarily get new support in a way, but it's got another engine that can make it a little bit more of a contender. So this is Azamina Orcust, or Azamina Dark Magician Orcust, I guess you could say. So essentially, this deck utilizes the Orcust engine and the Azamina engine to get into a very ominous board, I guess you could say. So I'll just get right into the profile, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So, start off, we got 3 Girsu, the Orcust Mech Knight. So obviously, what Girsu does is, when it's normal or special summoned, it basically becomes an Armageddon Knight for any Orcust or World Legacy card. Also, if it's the only monster on your field, you can generate a level 1 Dark Attribute Machine type Orcust token, and that actually allows you to build your boards, given that this is your starter. It is the most optimal starter in the deck, so makes sense, right? Then we have triple Orcust Heart Pourer. So this is a secondary normal summon that can also kind of get you into combo for the most part. Very strong. In grave, you can banish it from your graveyard, and then special summon an Orcust monster from your deck. So that allows you to obviously bridge your way into your combos. And then for the rest of the Orcust stuff, we have Orcust Nightmare. Play 1 copy. On this, you can banish it from your graveyard, target a monster on your field, and then send a Dark Machine monster from your deck to the graveyard. And then the monster that you targeted gains attack points equal to the monster you sent level times 100. Now, something of note is Orcust monsters, when you use their effects in grave, they dark lock you, so you get locked in only summoning dark monsters, but that's fine because the entire deck is dark attribute anyway. Then we have 1 Symbol Skeleton. So Symbol Skeleton is effectively the monster reborn, if you will. You banish it from your graveyard, you can target an Orcust monster in your grave, and then you can revive it. Then you have 1 World Legacy World Wand. This is essentially your recursion. If this is in your graveyard, this is this ties into the Orcust engine. You can send this off of the Girsu. You can send it off of the Nightmare. What it does is you can banish it and then target 1 Orcust monster that's banished and special summon it. And we play 1 World Legacy World Crown. This is just an extender, and is searchable off of the link 1, which you will see in a moment. Then for the Orcust Spells and Traps, we play 1 Orchestrated Babble. Now this is the field spell. Now this field spell is actually very unique and very crazy. What it does is it makes it so that all of your Orcust monsters on field or in grave become quick effects. So you can trigger every single Orcust monster on your field and in your grave at quick effect speed, which is crazy because you can respond to things like bestials. You can respond to pretty much any card effect. It's pretty nuts. Then we do play 1 Orchestrated Return. This card is essentially a draw spell where you can send an Orcust or World Legacy card from your hand or field to the grave and then draw 2. And then last but not least, for the Orcust engine, we play 1 Orcust Crescendo. This is your counter trap. This is generally what you want to end on by setting it with your link 2, the Orcust Galatea. Or Galatea, the Orcust Automaton or whatever. This card is actually nuts, and then also it has another effect that in a following turn, so you can't activate both effects in the same turn, but in a following turn you can banish this from your graveyard and search a Dark Machine monster, but for the rest of that turn you can't summon anything but Dark Machines, which is again perfectly fine because that's, in those kind of scenarios you're probably just trying to go for an Orcust line anyway. So that's it for the Orcust engine. Then for the Azamina engine, we play triple Black Witch. This card is actually nuts. This card is going to see so much play in the coming weeks, months, however long, because of another few cards that you'll see in a moment. Then we play triple Wanted, so we can get to the Black Witch. We play 1 Deception, we play 1 Hallowed, and then this technically is part of this engine at this point. We play 1 Gaze of Timaeus, which kind of spoils what I'm playing in the extra deck, and then 1 Sinful Spoils of Slumber Miriam. So the Black Witch, when it allows you to send a card from hand or field to grave to special summon it, and it's an inherent summon, so it doesn't start a chain. And when it's normally special summoned, you can set any of your Sinful Spoils from your deck to your field. So it plays around Ash Blossom in that way. And Wanted just allows you to, at quick play spell, so spell speed 2 speed, search for the Witch, as well as it has a great effect where you can banish it, target another Sinful Spoils card that's not wanted, and put it to the bottom of the deck and draw a card, so it also cycles itself. It cycles the entire Wanted engine, which is really nice. And then we play Deception of the Sinful Spoils. This gets you to the Hollowed. It also has synergy because this allows you, this and this actually both allow you to send Orcust monsters from your hand or field to the grave. So now what Wanted does, or what Deception does, is it allows you to tribute a monster from hand or field and then search for the Hallowed. And then Hallowed is a fusion spell effectively. You can send Sinful Spoils, spell or traps, and fusion summon with them, which is a little bit weird, but we'll get into that. Then we do play the one Moriam, and Moriam is just a recurable trap card that allows you to book something. So that's pretty decent. And then we do have the Gaze of Timaeus, which is obviously for the Dark Magician line. So then for the last engine card, we do play one Foolish Burial to get into more Orcust lines. So that's it for the 2 main engines in the deck. And from there, we have non-engine. So we play triple Folos, triple Perulia, triple Ash Blossom. We play the Holy Trinity of Triple Tactics Talent, Cross Out Designator, and Call by the Grave. We play triple Impulse, and then we play triple Imperm. A lot of non-engine, just because this deck has a lot of room. And I feel that having so much non-engine really just allows you to, when you do draw weird hands, defend yourself. Then for the extra deck. So the extra deck, we play one Enlil Girsu, the Orcust Mech Knight. So this card is actually nuts. Now remember, all Orcust monsters with Orchestrated Babel on the field become quick effects. What this card does is it allows you to take one of your banished Orcust monsters, shuffle a card from, put it in your hand, and then shuffle a card from your hand into the deck, and then non-target snatch an opponent's monster, and it's permanent. So at quick effect speed, if you have Babel on field, you can do that, which is crazy. And because it doesn't target, you can snatch people's big, ridiculous chunguses that they put on the field. Then we play 2 Galatea, the Orcust Automaton. So this card gets you to a lot of your advantage in the sense that it allows you to set your spell card, the draw spell, the Orchestrated Return, or it allows you to set your Orcust Crescendo, which is the counter trap. Or if you're in a pressured game state where you couldn't get to the Babel with the other Link monster, which you'll see in a moment, you can set that as well. It just really depends on your hand. Then we do play one Long Girsu. You don't really go into this card as much, but it is definitely a card you should play because there are scenarios where you could send something by using its effect. It also is a Link 3 that allows you to climb as well, so that's something. And then for, in my opinion, the best support this deck ever got, Galatea I Orcust Automaton. So this card is a Link 1. All it takes is one Orcust or World Legacy monster. When it's summoned, or if it's summoned, or not if it's summoned, but like at ignition speed, sorry, you can discard a card from your hand to the grave, and then you can add either Orchestrated Babel or a World Legacy monster from your deck to your hand. Also, it has the effect that if you have an Orcust or I believe just an Orcust in your grave, you can banish it and then special summon this. So you can see how at quick effect speed with Babel on field, you can get more bodies out. So that's it for... We have one more card in Orcust Engine, sorry. We have Ding Girsu. So Ding Girsu is probably one of the craziest cards in the deck. So you can use any Orcust Link monster except Galatea I as material to Xyz summon this. And when it's Xyz summoned, you can do one of 2 things. You can either attach a banished machine monster to it as material, or you can non-target send a monster or send a card from your opponent controls to the grave. So it can be, again, with Babel on board, a disruption. It could be a way to clear boards to go for game. It could be A big body. It also has a continuous effect that if your opponent were to try and destroy cards on your field, you can detach a material from it and protect those cards. So yeah, I mean, the Orcust engine has always been very, very solid, and I think this deck is really cool. So then we have our standard Link monsters. So we have one Borosor Dragon. This is just to go in for lethal. One Nightmare Unicorn. I use Nightmare Unicorn just because I feel like it's still a decent card, and plus it allows you to shuffle a card back into the deck. So if your opponent like needs a card on board, you can just like shuffle it back in, shuffle it away. And then we have one SP Little Knight. Obviously, we know why Little Knight's in here. It's a dark attribute, Link 2. And we have one IP Masquerano to tag into either the Little Knight or the Unicorn. Just really solid. And then we have one dark, the Dark Charmer Gloomy. That's in case your opponent's playing a dark deck as well. You can revive their stuff to your board, and then you can climb with their monsters into your bigger guys. So that's it for the Link the generic Link monsters, we'll say. And then for the fusion monsters, we have a few, and these tie into the Dark Magician and the Azamina engines. So we'll play one Azamina Ilia Sylvia. This card is a negate, tributes itself as cost, and then negates a card effect. And you get this out with the Hallowed. This card is actually crazy. And then we play one Murasiliago. So this card on summon searches for a Sinful Spoils card. It's very, very strong. So then, last but not least for the fusions, we play one of the new guy, Dark Magician of Destruction. So when this card is summoned, you can search for a card that mentions Dark Magician, and that card being Gaze of Timaeus. So I'll just pull out the Gaze of Timaeus and I'll tell you guys what it does. So Gaze of Timaeus allows you to target one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl in your on your field or in your grave, and you shuffle it back into the deck, and then you use that as fusion material to summon a monster that mentions that card. And obviously the monster that we would summon is Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Now the only downside is that in the end phase of the turn following that summon, it's banished, but that's fine because you're generally trying not to play out grindier games. You're trying to just kill as fast as you can. But even so, this deck can grind very well, just with the recursive ability of like World Wand and the Orcust cards just constantly recurring and constantly doing things, as well as the Azamina engine being able to recycle itself. This deck can grind very well, but it's obviously it's a lot more fun when you can just kill your opponent. Obviously we have Dark Dragoon, which is a nasty card, and there's a lot of crazy combos in this deck that are really cool. So this deck I've been testing a lot and I really enjoy it. So yeah, I might do maybe a test hand video or a combo video or something at some point, and we'll kind of see where it goes. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I really appreciate the views you guys give us. Eric here with Team Eccentric, and I'm signing out.